Welcome back to the Roland Martin Show, September 1st, 2015. All right, folks, so it's back to school. It's back to school. And we got kids who are going back to school. And I get it. I love education. I love when I was going to school. My nieces, everybody, they doing their thing. They do all that sort of stuff. But there have got to be some rules going back to school. There's got to be some rules. Got to be some rules. And what I don't understand is I don't understand the people who don't get that. Who don't get it. And there are rules for everybody. There are rules for teachers. There are rules for. So let me just start throwing stuff out. First of all, here's one of Roland's rules. Teachers, you run the classroom. The classroom does not run you. Now, this is critically important because it's a whole bunch of teachers out here who, I'm sorry, they're weak. I'll tell y'all what happened. True story. True story. So I was visiting my niece's school. And it was lunch, and they were on the playground. So Uncle Roro went outside to see her to go lunch. So I'm walking down the hallway, and I got these two teachers, and they are trying to talk to this young black kid. It was two white female teachers. They talking to him. So they're talking to him like this, and look, it's how you behave, and this is not how you should behave. And you should really watch it. You should watch your tone. I'm standing there and I'm like, really? Really? So I'm trying to mind my own business. Uncle Roro trying to mind his own business. Also, let me give you another Roland's rule. Only women and children can call me Uncle Roro. Let me say it again. Only women and children can call me Uncle Roro. So anyway, I'm trying to mind my own business, but I'm sitting here looking at a bad kid, and I'm listening to some weak teachers. So Uncle Roro stepped in and said, "Hey, I got this. Hold on." I said, "What's your problem?" He looked at me. I said, "Why are you misbehaving?" I said, "These are your teachers. You are a little child. You don't run this. In fact, you don't run anything. You need to get your little butt in gear and act right and listen to what they have to say and stop being a spoiled brat. Am I clear?" Yes, sir. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes. So the next time I come to this school, you and I will be having a different conversation. Do you understand? Yes. And I turned to them and I said, "Do your job right, you won't gonna have this problem." Now, some of y'all saying, parents, let this thing be out of control. Some of y'all saying, "Well, Roland, you a man." I get it. I get it. I understand. But let me tell y'all something. The toughest teachers I had, they wasn't They wasn't dudes. I had Mr. Brewer in the seventh grade. But let me tell y'all something. My second grade teacher, Miss Crawford, was the most feared teacher in the school. First of all, I swear that woman was 6 foot tall. She was a big woman. I know I was a kid. I know I was a second grader, but that was a big woman. She's a big woman. She could wield that paddle unlike, oh my God. She could wield that paddle. But she was feared. Teachers have got to be strong. I don't care what anybody tells me. Teachers have to lay down the law. They got to lay down the law. Teachers have got to say, no, look here. Act the fool and see what happens. Act the fool and see what happens. That's one of Roland's rules. I'm just being straight up. I cannot deal with punk teachers. Now, I know we don't have corporal punishment. I know. But jack a kid up, I think you got to lay down the law. Now, let me deal with another of Roland's rules. This is for teachers. Shut all nonsense down. Shut it down. The first day of school, the first week of school, shut it down. When the kids come into the classroom, let me tell y'all how teacher Mr. Martin would be. Class, how y'all doing? Let me be real clear on what is going to happen over the next year. You are here to learn. You're not here to play. You're not here to joke. You're not here to clown around. You are here to learn. I am not your parent. I'm not your mama. I'm not your daddy. Do you understand? Do you understand why you are here? I will not tolerate foolishness. I will respect you, but you are going to respect me. I'm not asking for your respect. I'm demanding your respect. If you choose to be lazy, you are going to pay a price. Are we clear? Then what I would do is I would go desk to desk. Do you understand what I am saying? Yes, Mr. Martin. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, Mr. Martin. Do you I go down to each student. Then what I would do is I would make them write down what I just said. So when they acted a fool, I will then say, pull out Roland's rules. Did I not say that on that date? Yes, you did. Did you not write down what I said? That yes, you did. Now y'all understand. So you knew what you were doing wrong. You knew what I said. You wrote down what I said, but you still chose to act a fool. That, folks, is the start. When I come back, more of Roland's rules for Back to School on the Roland Martin Show. Y'all think I'm lying? You think I'm lying? Jack them up. Jack them up. I'm on Google Hangout Live right now. I just hit the link out. So I'm not on CNN anymore. I left CNN 2013. I got my own show on TV One. Hey, folks, welcome back to the Roland Martin Show. I am dealing with Roland's rules for back to school. School is now back in session, and we got all kind of drama. You know, you got parents crying. I've already dealt with that. One of Roland's rules is punk parents, shut up. Stop all the crying. Can't stay on that damn crying because your kid's going to school. You're supposed to. They're supposed to go to school. Can't stand these old weak parents. You understand me? All right. So, see, it's dumb. This is from Monique Presley. Joint expectations. Students should get to develop and write expectations of themselves and of their teachers mutual respect. The hell you talking about, Monique? That's nonsense. It's a one-way street. Y'all feel me? It's a one-way street. Care what some kids got to say about the expectations for the teacher. You don't get no vote. I know some of y'all hardcore, y'all. Now some of y'all like, well, you know, no, that's these old weak folk. Tired of these old weak people. Tired of them. Weak. Monique, wasn't your mama a teacher? Can't stand it. Parents, another one of Roland's rules. Tell your kids they can pray in school. Uh-oh. They don't need someone over the loudspeaker. Just do it. Hello. See, I believe one of the problems in school today, because a bunch of so-called Christian parents are sending their kids to school and they some heathens. Uh-oh. There's an essay in my book called Children Can Be a Witness Too. See, all that, we ain't got to pray in school. Only praying. I don't need nobody coming over a loudspeaker saying time to pray. Teach your kids how to pray. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Some folk, they ain't trying to sit here and play. Another one of Roland's rules, and this is important. Kids, this ain't Burger King in the cafeteria. You can't have it your way. Do you understand me? I don't want to hear that. I don't want to eat like, no. You're going to eat what you need to eat. You understand me? You better eat some real food in the cafeteria or pack your lunch. You got me? I'm not giving money every day. Ain't gonna happen. That's too much money. We're gonna sit down, we're gonna break down how much that lunch costs. That's one of Roland's rules for back to school. Do you feel me? Now, I told y'all before, kids, you ain't getting expensive tennis shoes and on name brand clothes. Ain't gonna happen. Mine don't cost $100. Neither will yours. I don't understand why this is so complicated. Don't give a damn. Michael Jordan earns $100 million every year. Every year. I will not be contributing to the fund. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Parents, I got some other rules. You should limit the extracurricular activities of your kids during the school year. Yes. Limit all that nonsense. You can't play football, basketball, baseball, run track, soccer, foreign language club, drama team, glee club, choir. You can't do all that. Because I'm not driving you around all them places. I'm not. See, now I know some of y'all are saying, but Roland, those things are going to help our kid get into school. No. School got to be in there somewhere. School is about school. Here I got somebody sitting here. It's evident you're not a teacher. 1/3 of kids, 3rd grade, can't read or write yet. The tough approach is not always the best. See, that's a punk right there. The reason 1/3 of the kids on 3rd grade can't read or write is because they ain't have a tough approach. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Right there. Right there. Now, and again, I don't mind a kid having activities, but a bunch of parents, y'all running yourself ragged by following these kids around doing everything. And it's driving you crazy and you ain't got a life. You got me? You got me. Here's another one. Kids. This is vital right here. Very simple. Y'all act a fool, you ain't getting suspended. It's not what's going to happen. Nope. You're going to have work to do. You're going to be on school trash pickup duty before school. You're going to be on school trash pickup duty after school. All of your classmates are going to see you on pickup duty. You got me? That's what's going to happen. Y'all are going to be picking trash up. Can you imagine? You got to get to school 30 minutes early to pick up trash. And all your friends. Yeah, that's right. It's called community service. I believe in community service in the school system. See, you ain't getting suspended. I'm sending you home. No, I'm putting you behind the work. You feel me? Y'all going to work. That's it. Y'all going to work. Don't no kid want to pick up trash. You feel me? Y'all got work to do. We come back, more of Roland's rules for back to school. Give me a call. What are your back to school rules? 888-669-2281, 888-669-2281. This is the Roland Martin Show. Back in a moment. Mm-hmm. Welcome back to the Roland Martin Show. Number to call 888 669 2281. 888 669 2281. 888 669 2281. What do you think about Roland's rules for back to school? Do you have your own back to school rules? I would love to hear them. Got to. Another rule. Another rule. Again, we got rules. We got rules. During school, it's going to be rough for some of y'all. During school, maximum 3 hours of TV a week. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I want y'all to think about that. Think about it. I'm change that on non-education related content during the school week. A maximum of 3 hours. Now, see, some of y'all freaking out. So let's do the math. See? So got a guy said, where's the balance? Let me help you out. And you're right, included in that. Matter of fact, no, there can be no video game playing during the school week. You hear that? Now, let me explain to y'all why I'm limiting it to 3 hours. Let's go. School week is Monday through Friday. What time is school out? 3:30. Kid gets home 4:30. Let's say they're involved in an extracurricular activity. They're going to get home at 6:30. Maybe 7. All depends on the child. Now they got homework. Now they got to get ready for school tomorrow. Now they got to go to bed. If bedtime is 9 or 9:30, which is late for some people. Well, let's say bedtime is 9. If a kid gets home at 6, that means in a 3-hour span, they have to do homework, prepare for the next school day. So where's your time to watch TV? Uh-oh. See, all the folks right now, why? 3 hours. I said 3 hours a week. That means if a kid watches, do the math, y'all. If a kid watches 30 minutes of TV a day, that's 2.5 hours. So what do they go? Do the math. See, if you are allowing your child to get away with that nonsense, that's why they're not doing well. You gotta drop the hammer. Period. TV off. TV off. Mandatory. And that's going to blow y'all away. It's going to blow y'all away. Mandatory 30 minutes of non-school related reading every day. Uh-oh. I need y'all to hear me. Mandatory 30 minutes of non-school related reading every day. Why? Because a child needs to be learning outside of the classroom. There needs to be a culture of reading in the home. All of this is about teaching your children time management by establishing all of these rules. Trust me, they make sense. Trust me, it makes sense. Now, see, some of y'all are saying, oh, I watch TV all the time. And I was a straight A. You are an anomaly. That's what you are. That's not every person. Simple as that. Simple as that. There can be no video game playing during the school week. None. None. Okay, so I got a guy, Run Nuri on Periscope, saying I'm bugging. Why? I want you to call in. Tell me why. 888-669-2281. 888-669-2281. Why? Why is it a bad idea saying to kids, you have got to read 30 minutes of non-school related reading a day? Why? What's a bad idea? See, this is what, see, if you as a parent don't establish these rules, your child will not be forced to understand time management. The number to call, 888-669-2281. 888-669-2281. Take your phone calls when we come back to Roland Martin Show. All right. Trying to help y'all out. Hey, folks, welcome back to the Roland Martin Show. 888-669-2281. 888-669-2281. Give me a call. Another rule: no silent reading. You will have to read some stuff out loud. I need to hear pronunciation, enunciation, diction. If there are words they don't know, must write it down, look it up. That's the only way you're going to learn. That's the only way you're going to learn. Technology. Roland's rule. Unless the devices are being used for homework. Listen. Unless the devices are being used for homework, all devices must be turned in to me by 7 p.m. You will get them back in the morning. There will be no secret late night texting. There will be no late night FaceTiming. There will be no late night emailing. There will be no late night Facebooking, Snapchatting, Instagramming, flickering, tumbling, being interesting. There will be none of those things, because your device will be by my bed, charging in my room. Do you understand me? You must lay down these rules when it's back to school so a child can focus. Now, somebody said it sounds like Roland's Military Academy. No, it is discipline. It is structure. It is time management. It is to send the signal to a child. Guess what? Summer is over. Vacation is over. That's it. Bye-bye. It's time to get down to work. Am I clear? To the phone lines, Cynthia from Raleigh, North Carolina. Cynthia, you're on the Roland Martin Show. How you doing? Okay, Durham, all right.
Made a joke a while back in the Kings of Comedy that they are from punk parents, and the point that you made, he made as well, and he's exactly right. And you do have some parents that don't have a backbone, and they don't have a backbone. They let the children do whatever they want, and I think the children should have some type of order structure. So that way, I think it should start at a very young age to incorporate all this stuff. So that way, they can be able to stay on task and stay on schedule. But I wanted to ask you, you had mentioned that you spoke with a young man at your niece's school. You spoke with the two white teachers, which I was really quite surprised that you had a backbone to be able to do that to two white teachers, because I don't know too many blacks that be able to address white teachers in that manner, because some of them that I know they're kind of afraid to step up. But what was the outcome after you spoke with those white teachers and that young man?
Well, first of all, I ain't scared of no teacher. White, black, Hispanic, don't matter to me. Okay, so I'm going to roll the way I roll. But the thing for me is that kid, he got it. You saw it in his eyes. And the teachers were stunned because it was sort of like, oh my God, I can't believe, you're talking to him that way. Because they were trying to talk to him like a friend. Hell, a kid ain't my friend. And that to me is part of the problem. So that's why I had to let them know. And I think, that's important. Again, it's just like when I was growing up, kids be fighting and my dad would shut that stuff down. It was like, man, y'all better leave Mr. Martin alone. It's called presence. Teachers need to have presence, and their mere presence, walking around the corner, walking into a room, will shut some stuff down. It's presence.
I was going to ask you, so you incorporated most of that stuff in your household with your nieces. So I'm assuming they're abiding by your rules.
Hey, if they want to eat, if they want to have some clothes, yes. Look, Joshua 24:15 says, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. So for me, I don't get confused by this. I'm real clear in terms of how I'm going to roll. And so, yeah, I am going to be perfectly clear that this is what it requires to be in my house. Yes, kids
so
don't.
No back talking, and when you take
Hell no.
devices and charge them in your room, so they don't try to sneak in your room to try to take the.
Hell no. Cynthia, if one of my nieces try to sneak in my room to take it back, I will beat the hell out of them. Because here's the deal. I don't. First of all, I bought the device. I pay for the Wi-Fi. It's my phone. To them, it's a loaner. See, that's the mistake right there. It's not their phone. It's mine. That's the difference.
Okay, I think it's great you're establishing the rules of that because you have to start them at a very early age to get them on board and get them accustomed to what's going on. So
you got that right.
Yeah, but I thank you so much for taking my call.
I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. All right, folks, 888-669-2281. Let's go to Brent in Seattle. Brent, you're on the Roland Martin Show.
Hello, Roland. Hey,
yes, sir.
Here. This is a two-part comment. That'll be brief. I spoke with a gentleman that's a young physician of East Indian descent who graduated from Texas Tech physician, spoke about here in Seattle how integrated the school wasn't diverse. I asked him for numbers. He couldn't provide those. But he suggested to me that Indians are overachievers. That's the reason they're in the medical schools, such as in engineering and whatnot. And I referred back to him and said, well, black men are overachievers, but we overachieve in football and basketball. I know we still go academic route, but I just have to put that out there. So now going forward with that, I just want to say your ideals are noble. Structure and discipline, I believe in it. But you might want to be more realistic as far as, I'd say, the ratio. You'll be lucky if you can get a 2-to-1 ratio. Where
How so? How so?
Hour of television.
How? First of all, hold up. No. You see, you keep saying realistic. I am being realistic. Name me one of those kids. Hold up. No. I got a question for you. Name me any of those kids bought that TV?
We all know that we all want structure, discipline, schedule, all that for children. But then you have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, how disciplined am I as a person? It's always easier to impose discipline on others.
No.
But you first have to be able to impose discipline on yourself.
Let me say it again. Who bought the TV? Let me ask you a question. I am being very realistic. I'm telling you exactly what the hell I did. Who bought the TV? Who pays for the cable? Dude, you don't understand. Me and my wife raised 6 of my nieces. 6 ages 10 to 17. 6. And the law was laid down. All devices were turned in. Hold up. You keep talking about no. You keep saying being realistic, and what I'm trying to explain to you is you can be realistic, but see, when you accept status quo, you're gonna get status quo. I'm not accepting status quo. Hold on one second. I'm going to a break. Hold on. You hold on. I'm going to a break. I'm gonna break you off a little something when I come back on the Roland Martin Show.
We'll be back with the Roland Martin Show after these important messages on the Empowerment Radio Network.
Y'all know I ain't playing that.
Giving you the latest news you can trust for us, by us. This is the Roland Martin Show on the Empowerment Radio Network.
Giving you the latest news you can trust for us, by us. This is the Roland Martin Show on the Empowerment Radio Network.
Sing. Welcome back to the Roland Martin Show. Number to call is 888-669-2281. 888-669-2281. I'm talking about Roland's rules for back to school. And so kids have headed back to school. Some are heading back right now. And so what happens is we've got parents and we've got others, and folks are all focused on what's happening with their children. And then and I think what happens is people are trying to figure out what do you do? Where do you go? What's the proper balance do you achieve, and all that sort of stuff like that. And I got you. But I do believe, though, you got to lay the law down. I think, and there are things that you can do as a parent that are very clear when it comes to your child's education. And you don't have to play the okie doke or fall for it. Back to Brent in Seattle. Brent, finish your comment?
Well, I'm just going to go forward here and just say, Roland, speaking directly, specifically to the sons and daughters of African slaves of America, speaking to us and our economic situation, as what you're relating to, what you're speaking about in the development of our children, we're pretty much, most of us aren't working professionals such as yourself. I don't know if your wife is also a working professional. But most
yes, she is.
Workers,
yes, she is.
Single families, a lot of single mother homes. I myself, as just I'm not a working professional. I'm a skilled. I'm a commercial carpenter, union carpenter. I only have 4 hours a day of personal time between commuting and work. After work, waking up, I have a 24-hour day. I only have 4 hours of personal time. I try to give my kids an hour and a half, 3 to 4 times a week. The kids, study time where I'm trying to help them with their homework. Single moms are catching hell.
Hold on, let's stop right there. Hold on, let's stop right there. Okay. You said, I have 4 hours of personal time. Explain this to me.
Yeah.
Explain this to me. The things that I articulated, 90% of them don't even require you to be in the room. So let's methodically go down. I said, turn the TV off, no video games. You don't need to be in the room. In fact, the video games, you know what you do? You unplug it and you store it on a shelf in your room. And nobody touches this box. And I will take it down for the weekend. Television, you can control that. It's very simple. You also can control turning in your personal devices. See, you act as if what I'm talking. In fact, the only thing that I said that really requires your presence is when I said reading out loud. But I didn't tell you how long. You could say 10, 15 minutes.
30 minutes.
No. You're wrong. What I said was 30. See, you got to listen. I said 30 minutes of non-school related reading a day. I also said when your child is reading, some of that reading aloud so you can hear them. You see, again, I didn't say 30 minutes all aloud. You can say, I didn't. In fact, the reason I know that, I'm also live tweeting it. So if you say to my child, 10 minutes, you're going to read aloud. Why am I saying that? Because I said pronunciation, enunciation, and diction. That's why. So you're teaching your child not just to read, but to also speak. So therefore, you are monitoring their progress and their reading. Now, you said I only have 4 hours of personal time. All I just did was get you to commit to just 10 minutes. Now, tell me also what I said is unrealistic.
That's fine. I understand this.
No. Tell me what else I said is unrealistic. Tell me.
No. I'm saying what you're saying is realistic in a perfect situation. It's perfect, but if a person can accomplish 60% of what you're saying.
I'm sorry. Hold up. You said what I said is in a perfect situation. You said what I said is a perfect situation. Answer the question. How is not watching TV or video games a perfect situation?
Hey, you're talking about, perfect situation, he said, you're going to store this. Every kid has it in their room, has a television in their room, pretty much now.
Stop right there. Stop.
Hear me out for a second, Roland. I don't want to just go back and forth tit for tat. I'm not trying to, I'm agreeing with you, but I'm just trying to say the ratios and maybe the percentages aren't going to, you're laying out the groundwork. You're laying out the foundation and an overview or however you want to say it. But it might have to be for everyone. They might have to scale it back and tailor it to fit their situation. That's all I'm saying. If a person can even accomplish half of what you're saying, 50%.
Oh, hold up. But you just said nearly every kid has a TV in their room. Unplug it. Remove it. Why is that hard?
Single mom is cooking dinner. Single mom's going to.
No. See again. Hold up. You said single mom is cooking dinner. They're not always monitoring the kid. I'm sorry, dude. This is real simple. If I hear the TV, we gonna have a problem because I told you no TV. Here's the problem.
Believe me, Roland, believe me. I agree with you 100%, but hey, Roland, we're missing words. We're both on the same page. All I'm saying is be flexible.
Brent, when you start, Brent, this is the mistake that you are making. When you start the conversation with Roland, be flexible, what you're doing is you have compromised and you ain't even started. The reason I'm laying all these things.
How disciplined are you as a person? That's what I'm saying. It's easy to lay down a law of someone else is disciplined. Everyone
Brent, let me help you out with something, Brent, let me, you just asked the question, how disciplined am I? Brent, let me ask you, let me walk you through this, Brent. I host a daily television show, 1 hour a day. I host a 3-hour a day radio show. I write columns. I run my own media company. I have books. I give speeches. Hold on, no, wait. No, Brent. In addition, I'm an education advocate. Here's my whole point, Brent. You just said, the question is, how disciplined am I? You can't do all of what I just said if you are not disciplined. And what I'm trying to say is,
but you're not perfect, nor am I. Roland, that's what I'm trying to explain.
I never used perfect. I never said the word perfect.
I'm trying to grow and all reach our potential. And I applaud you for what you're doing. I think I respect you for who you are as a man and what you're putting forward. Still, nonetheless, Roland, all I'm saying is, hey, people are going to be able to, we're all trying to get there. And hopefully you can put that groundwork in for your children so they can make it to college, and then they'll really have that work ethic. But let's just say it like this. The kids still like to play their sports after school activities.
And that's fine. But Brent, you missed the point. Brent, a kid can play sports. A kid can play sports after college, Brent, after high school, Brent. I didn't say that. But here's what I'm saying, Brent. When your child is in sports and they're in all these other extracurricular activities, the question is is school being sacrificed? Now, of course, it's all based upon the child. There was one woman who was on Periscope who said that, oh, she was a straight A student. But I will say this, Brent, when you have finite hours, literally finite hours, you have to structure the time accordingly. Otherwise, what happens? Kids are staying up to 10, 11, 12 o'clock, up at 5:30. Now they're not getting sleep. Now all of that. And what I'm saying is, what I'm offering, Brent, with all of this is to parents, is laying out to them that here are some basic things that you can do to put these things in place to create some order. Because here's the piece, Brent, this is no longer summertime. This is no longer playtime. And the things that I am saying, Brent, are so basic. I've got people tweeting me and emailing me saying, wow, Roland, it never dawned on me. You're right. 10 minutes of reading aloud a day. I've had parents, Brent, who said, man, it never dawned on me to make sure that my child always has a book with them to read. I got parents saying, Brent, wow, you know what? You're right, Roland. I bought that phone. I bought that iPod. I bought that device. So why am I can't take it back so my kid is not secretly staying up late, texting and tweeting and being on social media. The reason I'm saying all of these things, Brent, is not, oh, somebody's going to do all 30 of them. The point, Brent, is for a parent to realize they are the parent. The child is the child. Their job is to put structure in place. And when you put structure in place, your kid has a better chance of succeeding. That's the point.
Well, if I see you're flexible in within your argument, you know, hey,
I'm going to a break, Brent. I got to go. I appreciate it. I'm going to a break. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Back at the Roland Martin Show in a moment. I don't know why Brent tried me, y'all. I don't know why Brent tried me. See, y'all, Brent is giving up before he even started. That's the problem. Don't lose a battle when you haven't even started.
Gotta stay current, gotta stay informed, gotta stay fly. The man is so fly, he's gotta wear an ascot.
What an ascot is, shouted.
You're listening to The Roland Martin Show on the Empowerment Radio Network.
Say, what an ascot is, dog.
You're listening to The Roland Martin Show on the Empowerment Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Roland Martin Show. Can we stop doing one thing? Can we stop acting like single parents aren't doing what I'm saying? Do y'all understand me? Every time there is a discussion like this, every time there's discussion, we resort to, but man, there are these single parents and they all out here working and they can't. We literally throw that up all of the time, and it's laughable because single parents are out here doing these very things I'm talking about. But see, we get so caught up in, well, no, our parents can't do that. Our parents can't do that. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. Yes, they will. Got a brother said, I'm a single parent, I do it all. Stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. Let's go to Boston. Jamise from Boston, you're on the Roland Martin Show. Jamise, how you doing?
Hi, how you doing, Roland?
Doing great.
That's great. I love your Roland's rules for back to school. I agree that reading every day is important, even if it's just a few minutes. I mean, you can start with 5 minutes. I mean, they can read the newspaper to you. They can read a magazine article. They can read a devotion. They can definitely non-related school activities. Reading is just so important. And also taking them to the library at least once a week to get a library book. And I think it's important that they see parents continually to learn as well. You can't stop your education just because you graduated from grammar school or high school. You have to continually learn as well. So you should be reading. They have to see you read, and they will read. And that's the key. The parent has to read.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, I appreciate it. Thank you so very much.
Okay.
Murad in Texas. Murad, you're on the Roland Martin Show. How you doing?
Roland, this is a fun topic. I'm loving this. It's funny because I was like, I wasn't going to watch today, and then I got on the Periscope, and then you called me out, man. So I had to call in. I've been waiting online. But I just wanted to say, Roland, I agree with you. I agree that we need to have structure. There needs to be structure in place for our children when, especially when school year starts, because there's so many things that are happening all at once. You know, from especially coming from the summer of just Cadillacing to such a such I wouldn't say a rigid schedule. However, Roland, I do understand what that one caller previously was saying, but he was trying to get across. I think, and this is just my opinion, I think with your rules in place, you know, I just feel like you're not taking in consideration for the family dynamics that may be going on in these households. For myself, I can implement all these things. You know what I mean? I'm a social worker. My wife is a school teacher. My job is flexible. I can do those things. But however, for someone, I was raised by a single father. You know what I'm saying? I'm African American male. I was raised by a single father. My mother wasn't in my life. And my father worked from, you know, we didn't see dad sometimes until, you know, the weekend. And we had to get ourselves up and et cetera. And I'm not trying to, you know, have a pity party, but what I'm saying is that my father gave us room, you know, when I messed up, he gave us the room, he gave us the time, you know, he helped us with schoolwork when he could, and my grandmother helped out when she could. However, one of the things that my father did do was that he gave me enough room, and then when I hung myself, you know, he had to tighten it. So say if I got a bad grade in school, whatever, you know, I lost things, I lost my Nintendo, I lost my, you know, my privileges, being able to go outside and do things. However, at the same time, I want to say that my father did take an interest in my learning. You know, one of the things that I appreciated what my father did is that he used to encourage me to read. I didn't used to like reading, you know, the school books. I struggled reading aloud. I didn't like how my voice sounded. I was scared. And so he started buying me comic books. And he started buying me these things that, you know, helped me, you know, learn to read, you know what I mean, or feel comfortable reading. So the thing is what I'm just trying to say, Roland, and I'm not saying that you are saying that. I just feel like one of the things that, this is another point that is not, I feel like I haven't heard yet, is that it doesn't necessarily all, even though you say non-related school reading, it doesn't all have to be academic. You know, it could be.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. You said you didn't like reading, right?
Of course.
And what did your daddy give you that got you interested in reading?
He gave you comic books.
Stop right there. He gave you comic books. Were there words in the comic books?
Yes, there was words in the comic books.
Did you learn to read by starting with the comic books?
Yes, you did.
So what your daddy did was use a reading tool, something to interest you to get into reading, and at which point did you graduate from comic books to something else?
Well, actually, I never really did, man.
No. You read other stuff other than comic books, correct?
Right, of course.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So here's my point. My point was, I didn't say read something. See, first of all, you have to also learn to redefine what's educational. Because if I'm dealing with so for instance, when I was growing up, I read 300 books a summer. We went to the library, we had to max out on a library card. They had a children's section. The library was separated. They had a children's section. It was a Pleasantville library in Houston. They had a children's section. Then they had the other section. There was a point, and I don't know if I was 12 or 13, when I stopped going to the children's section because I had read so much of what was already there. I was repeating myself. And so I then said, it's time for me to now go to the other side of the library. The point I'm making to you is, first of all, what I'm laying out, surely everybody's going to modify. What I'm saying, surely you have to take into account your personal situation. Duh. I mean, that's a given. What I am speaking from are a variety of things that can be done. Now, when you do that, all of a sudden, you are now changing the trajectory of a child, because what you're doing is you're putting things in place. And so if you start that habit when it comes to not using your devices, not sitting here texting, not sitting here being on social media all day, then after a certain period of time, your child will have developed self-discipline. But the thing about discipline, then this is what people have to understand. Discipline is always taught. Then after discipline has been taught, after discipline has been taught, and then now after it is ingrained, then you as the parent or as the authority figure, you now can step away, because what you inputted in a child, what you invested in a child now manifests itself, because they have now learned self-discipline. And so as a parent, you no longer have to tell your child to iron your clothes, because they've been taught how to iron their clothes. And they've been taught that they need to iron their clothes by a certain time for them to catch that school bus, or they must prepare their lunch the night before as opposed to the morning of. They need to learn how to pack their school stuff the night before as opposed to the morning of. But that's all taught. So what I'm laying out right now is to literally teach kids, instill discipline, put in the firm foundation, and so then they have the building blocks for success.
Hold on, Roland.
No, you hold on. I got to go to a break. This is the Roland Martin Show. Back in a moment. You're going to learn today.
We'll be back with the Roland Martin Show after these important messages.
I'm telling you, I don't know why these folks be trying to challenge me. Oh, there, I go in too fast sometimes. You're going to learn today.
News, politics, and information keeping America updated from our perspective. This is the Roland Martin Show on the Empowerment Radio Network. News, politics, and information keeping America updated from our perspective. This is the Roland Martin Show on the Empowerment Radio Network.
Hey, folks, welcome back to the Roland Martin Show. The number to reach me is 888-669-2281, 888-669-2281. Glad to have you guys here for the ride. This is the third hour of the Roland Martin Show today. We've been talking about education. I was breaking down some of Roland's rules for education, trying to speak truth to our kids in terms of where we are, what is required. And so we've been having a very spirited conversation. And I'm going to give y'all an example of why what I'm talking about matters, why this matters. I got this tweet, and we find it. The tweet came from, where did she go? Camila Whitfield. I said, kids, all cell phones, iPods, devices to be turned in to me by 7 p.m. You get it back in the a.m. Camila tweeted, I will start this tonight. We just started a Change Our Bad Habit challenge. I'll reach out one more. Avril B. King, when I tweeted, when reading, if there are words they don't know, must write it down and look it up. She tweets, that's not happening in most homes. Now there goes the teacher's school year writing down and looking up words. Great idea. I'm making a point here that I don't think y'all are following. I had another woman. I tweeted this about writing words down. Good tip. Making my daughter read a Harry Potter book right now to test her reading before the 4th grade. We'll use that method. Y'all, the point of all of this is not that somebody is going to do everything I'm outlining. The point I'm laying out is that somebody can take something away from what I am saying and go, I could do that too. Back to Texas and Murad. Finish your comment, please.
Roland, thank you. One of the things I just wanted to address too was the 30 minutes a day with the TV. Now, I was assuming you made that comment, and I'm just assuming that you were you included like iPads and tablets in that as well, not for school purposes.
What I am speaking of, and this is very simple. I am speaking of viewing, whether it is, when I say television, it's the same things, whether you're on the iPad or whatever. And that is, because again, here's why I was very specific to 30 minutes. Because when you start, so Murad, what time should a kid go to sleep?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you, my son, I can't speak for anyone else's household. I speak for my household.
Okay.
My household, my son's in bed by 8:30.
Got it. So stop right there. So I'll stop right there. Stop right there. Your son is in bed by 8:30. I got it. What time does your son get home from school?
My son gets home from school about 5 o'clock.
Got it. 5 o'clock, son gets home from school. Bed, 8:30. That's 3.5 hours.
That's right.
How much time is allotted? So hold on. I'm writing this down. So it's 3.5 hours. How much time is allotted for your son to do homework?
Well, there is no allotment. I mean, the homework comes first. You know, if it takes them an hour,
So give me an average time it takes to do homework.
So my son, it probably takes about maybe 20 minutes to a half hour on average. Depends on what he got going on.
To do homework?
He's only like 6, so he's not doing much. Yeah, to do homework.
Okay, all right, fine. Let's just say, let's say 30 minutes. Okay, we got 30 minutes. So your son is 6. Okay, your son got to get ready for, how long does it take to get ready for the next school day? That's clothes, his stuff, what, about 30 minutes, whatever?
Yeah, about 20 minutes.
Okay, fine. Okay, no, let's just say, to get ready for the next school day, 30 minutes, okay? Mm-hmm. Does he take a bath every night?
Okay. Yeah, he takes a bath every night, yeah, shower, yeah.
Okay, how long will that take? Let's say
all that together takes about 30 minutes.
All right, him getting ready for bed. All right, that's another 30 minutes. Okay. So let's say you require reading every day. Do you do that right now?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
Yeah, we do about 15 minutes a day.
About 15?
20 minutes, yeah.
15? That needs to be a minimum of 30 minutes.
Yeah.
No, it needs to be a minimum of 30 minutes. Okay? That's 30.
Okay.
Oh, no. So, okay. How long is dinner?
A dinner is normally about 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, 15, 20. But let's say you spent, okay, let's say you spent 30 minutes or 45 because your dinner. Now, does he help cook dinner?
No, I won't do that. Not yet.
Okay, all right, cool. So here's the deal. What we just laid out on a typical day right there is 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours. Now, that's not, let's say he got some playtime, right? Let's say, he's 6 years old. So what? Does he go run around? Does he go outside? Does he play anything along those lines?
Play soccer,
How long is that?
It's Texas, man. It's hot, bro. It's like it'll be out there that long, probably about 10, 15 minutes.
10, 15 minutes.
But that's not every day.
All right, but okay, but let's say 30. Okay? Let's say 30. You're now at 3 hours. You're
30.
Okay, but let's just say because you go out, you may be at there longer, whatever. What we just described, Murad, is 3 hours. If he comes home at 5 and he goes to bed at 8:30, that's only 3.5 hours. So what you are actually describing, nowhere in there was television. Now remember, I said, I will give 3 hours a week, Monday through Friday. That's assuming 30 minutes a day. So you're actually proving my point.
Hold on.
You're proving my point.
Well, Roland, let's just be honest here. You did kind of influence my point a little bit, but however.
No. I didn't influence. No, hold up. I didn't influence your point. I asked you a series of questions, and you said I can only speak.
You say let's just say 30.
No. Here's why. Because when somebody say, well, it's 10 to 15 minutes. Well, there's the actual time it takes, or it's going out, getting your toys, you're doing whatever. But what I also did was when you said 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes of reading, I said we need to push that to a minimum of 30. Because see, Murad, if your son right now is reading 10 to 15 minutes a day, your son needs to be spending more time reading. Why? Because he's 6. How much time is your son in his homework? See again, in his homework, how much time is he spent in his homework writing, practicing his writing skills?
Right. Well, about
see,
half the time. He's probably
okay, about half the time. Half of what time?
Half the time he's doing homework, so about 15 minutes. If he's doing homework for about 30 minutes, About 15 minutes we practicing on the penmanship. About the other 15 we practicing on, his actual enunciation.
Oh, wait. See, hold on. Oh, see, no. See, this is where you're wrong. See, doing the homework is not practicing penmanship. Doing the homework is not enunciation, pronunciation, and diction. That's just doing the homework. I'm talking about, again, no, because you said, no, Murad, follow me here. You said your son is 6. Your son is 6.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm talking about is your son actually needs more time. And what I'm saying is, if there's 3.5 hours in the day and he's doing this right now, your son needs more time. So if that's the case, where exactly is the time to watch TV in a day? Well, let's say he does. But let's say he does watch TV. How much time do you allot per day? What? An hour? 2?
Well, we do 2 shows. He has 2 shows he watches. He watches Ninja Turtles and he watches a show called Casey Undercover on Disney.
Stop right there.
Those are the only 2 shows.
The 2 shows. Okay, here's the deal. No, because here's the deal. This is what. Okay, I want you to hold on. I'm about to walk. When we come back, I'm about to walk you through something, and you're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about. Trust me. Roland Martin Show. Back in a moment. Murad, you done messed up.
We'll be back with the Roland Martin Show after these important.
I'm trying to tell you.
On the Empowerment Radio Network.
No, Derek, I ain't doing him wrong. I'm walking him through. Y'all gonna see in 3 minutes why Uncle Roro is right. Y'all gonna see. No, Murad, I ain't playing dirty. I'm walking like in track. I'm walking you down. Murad, you about to get walked down. You about to get walked down.
Gotta stay current, gotta stay informed, gotta stay fly. The man is so fly, he's gotta wear an ascot.
What an ascot is, shawty.
You're listening to The Roland Martin Show on the Empowerment Radio Network.
Say, what an ascot is, dog.
You're listening to The Roland Martin Show on the Empowerment Radio Network. Gotta stay current, gotta stay informed.
Y'all ready to watch this get walked down?
So fly, he's gotta wear an ascot.
What an ascot is, shawty.
You're listening to The Roland Martin Show on the Empowerment Radio Network.
Say.
Hey, folks, welcome back to the Roland Martin Show. All right, then. I'm talking to Murad from Texas. We're talking about education. We're talking about time, all these different things. And so Murad was telling me, oh, he was agreeing with me. I was pushing him in a certain direction. But I'm about to show y'all why he's wrong. Okay, Murad, you there? Murad, you there? Are you there? I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. You're there.
Give me a shout out. Tell everybody that I'm running the read. All
right, he's running the read. He's running the read on Periscope. Okay, so Murad, you said your son has 2 shows, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
How long are those shows?
Yes.
How long are those shows?
About 22 minutes. 22 minutes because he watches them on the iPad.
Yeah, they're 22 minutes each?
That's what I was asking about the iPad.
Right, they're 22 minutes each.
Yeah, about 22 minutes each.
Is it 22 or 32?
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
22.
Okay, so that's 44 minutes.
2, yeah.
Okay?
Right.
All right, so cool. All right, so here's the deal. Let's go back. Hold on, I need to turn this speaker down.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal. Okay, so let me write that down. So it's 44 minutes. Let me go back. How much time a day, and I'll just use your times, does your son spend on homework?
Well, like I said before, it depends what he's doing, but roughly about 20 to 30 minutes.
Say it again?
20 to 30 minutes, depends on what he's doing.
Now, see, you didn't say 20 to 30 minutes earlier. Earlier you said 15 to 20. I extended it to 30. Oh, yeah, you busted. No. You busted. Earlier, you said your son spends 15 to 20 minutes on homework, and I said, well, let's just say 30. Now you saying 20 to 30. No, you busted. So I'm going to give you, I'm going to go with your, see, you busted. You busted. I'm going to give you your, I'm going to,
Listen, you said earlier, because we talked about penmanship. We talked about, the writing, and you were saying that's not part of the homework, but I disagree with you on that. I include that in his homework. So some days you spend extra time doing those things. Some days you look things up. Some days you do things. So it varies. You know what I mean? So it does vary. But
Murad, even your fellow Periscopers are saying you're busted. Your fellow Periscopers are saying you are busted. But hold up. No. But let's do this here. See, I remember everything. Okay, so that's 20. Okay, you said the penmanship. Hold up. You also said the penmanship and the penmanship and the reading is all together. That's what you said, right?
Right.
Okay. That's 15 to 20. Okay. All right. So you said. So what other academic things? Because I'm going down the list here, and that is based upon what you said. The only academic thing that your son does each day is that homework, right?
Yeah. All that is homework.
Okay. So let's just, for the purpose of my analogy, let's just say it's 30 minutes. Okay? Let's say it's 30.
Let's just say 30 minutes.
that means now you also said your son will spend about 10, 15 minutes, your numbers, playing outside, right?
I didn't say that. I said on the days. I said on the days when it's not hot, because it's hot here in Texas. You know, on the days that's
how long?
On average, we just started school. We only been in school, so he probably went outside maybe about twice since last week.
Okay.
When he started school.
How long?
About 15, 20 minutes.
Gotcha. So here's the deal. Okay. 10 to 15 minutes playing outside. 44 minutes watching TV. You know what? Forget the playing outside. Here's the fundamental problem with your whole schedule. You said your son watches 2 television shows, which equals 44 minutes a day. You said using 20 to 30 minutes. So that means that your son is actually watching more television a day than he is involved in his academics.
Roland, you forgot a number.
Which one?
You forgot about my son reading. There was 15
no,
minutes,
and you said 15. No. I haven't forgot that.
Roland, listen, Roland.
I didn't forget.
Hold on.
You said the reading.
That we read together, like we do.
No. You said the reading is in the homework.
No, I did not. I did not.
Okay. 15 minutes reading. And I told you, hold up, Murad, didn't I tell you that 15 minutes was too short? So let me go back, Murad. Murad, let me go back. You said in your second version, your son's homework is 20 to 30 minutes. Okay. Now, I'll take that 20 to 30. Now let me add in the 15 minutes reading. That means we're now at 35 to 45 minutes, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That means, I'll take that number, Murad. That means that 30 to 45 minutes a day, your son is engaged in his academic pursuit at the age of 6, yet he's spending 44 minutes of television a day. That means that on a good day, your son is spending 1 minute more on his academics than he is watching television. Now you tell me, is that an appropriate ratio?
Well, Roland, the thing is, that's why I asked you about the iPad. Remember at the very beginning, I asked you about the iPad.
You said your son watches. You said your son is watching 2 television shows. Murad, what are those TV shows again? Murad, what are those TV shows again? What are those TV shows? Who?
And Ninja Turtles. KC Undercover and Ninja Turtles.
KC Undercover. KC Undercover and Ninja Turtles. What is that? What are the academic lessons your son is learning from KC Undercover and Ninja Turtles?
The thing is, Roland, it's balance, man. Like, that's what I was trying to tell you. Like, that's what I was trying to get you. Because the thing is that, guess what? On the iPad, the reason why at the very beginning I asked you when we first started talking about the iPad, because he uses an app called ABC Mouse. I don't know if you ever heard of that, but it's brain games, it's learning, it's counting, and a whole bunch of other things. So, however, one of the things that you get, and you're just being, this is what I said earlier, your richness, you just being stuck on these things, is that it's not all. That's why I asked you, does iPad count for TV time? Because
no. See, I said clearly, yes, the iPad counts if you're watching programming on television. But if you did not say that my son is playing using his iPad for educational games and the sort. That's why I walk you through methodically the schedule per day. Murad, here's the point. The point I'm making is your son is in your 6-year-old son is engaged in his academic stuff is too short. Your son is spending too much time a day watching. You know what? I'm gonna do it even further. If it's do the math. Oh, but you about to, boy, get a calculator out. Get a calculator out. No, Murad, you about to, Murad, do the math. Do the math. If there are 3.5 hours in a day, if there are 3.5 hours in a day, okay, 3.5 hours in a day, and your son is spending 44 minutes watching television, bruh, please tell me what's that ratio?
2 hours and 15.
No, what's the ratio? What's the ratio? You know what? I got to go to a break. No. Murad, I want you to stay right there. I'm not done with you. Back at the Roland Martin Show in a moment. Y'all, Murad about to get blown up.
We'll be back with the Roland Martin Show after these important messages.
He's about to get blown up. Blown up. The boy is about to get blown up. When we come back, I'm going to teach y'all some math. Murad is about to learn math. This is not going to end well for him. What did I say? You're going to learn today. Murad gonna learn today. Y'all, this show is about the rules that parents should be enforcing when it comes to the education of their children. That is the point. Battery's dying. Y'all funny. Where's the bead counter? Y'all funny. Murad, they killing you on Periscope.
Giving you the play-by-play every day on Black America's News Talk and Information Station.
We need justice, real justice, man.
Giving you the play-by-play every day on Black America's News, Talk, and Information Station. This is the Roland Martin Show on the Empowerment Radio Network.
Hey, folks, welcome back to the Roland Martin Show. Number to call 888-669-2281. Murad from Texas is on the line. I've been schooling him. Please pull Murad back up. Murad, you there? Now, Murad, let me help you out. Murad, let me help you out. I did the math. And the math is this simple.
Okay.
If your son gets home at 5 o'clock and your son goes to bed at 8:30, that is 3.5 hours. That is 210 minutes. That's 210 minutes. Your son is watching 44 minutes of television a day. Your son is engaged in his educational pursuit anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes a day. That means that nearly 21% of your son's time when he comes home is spent watching television. 21%. That means that your son is actually spending more time watching television than he is eating. Your son is spending more time watching television, and your son is not watching Baby Genius. Your son is not watching Sesame Street. Your son is watching KC Undercover and the Ninja Turtles. So the point I'm making to you is you are simply proving my point in that your son is spending too few time, not enough time on his educational pursuit as opposed to the time he is spending on television. And that's why I said if you say it's 3 hours a week. So the reality is here, there's your ratio between spending time educationally to television should not be even or should not be less than. It should at a minimum be 3 times as much time spent on his education pursuit a day than it is television. Because this is not only that, Murad, do the math. If your 6-year-old son is spending 44 minutes a day watching television, that means that your son is spending 220 minutes a day watching television. Do you realize, Murad, from the Nielsen consumer study on African Americans watch more TV per day than anybody else in the country. The average African American watches 45 hours of television a week. That is more than a full-time job. Black women, the average African American watches TV 7 hours and 18 minutes a day. Black women watch 38 minutes more than black men. What I am suggesting, Murad, is that by having your 6-year-old son watch 44 minutes of TV a day compared to 30 to 45 minutes of education a day, you are actually limiting the future education of your 6-year-old by embedding in his mind that right now at 6, he can spend more time watching television than he does studying.
Okay.
The defense rests.
You and Bill O'Reilly, I would love to see y'all two go at it.
No, guess what? Guess what? I did Bill O'Reilly's show anywhere from 6 to 10 times before I joined CNN, and not one time did Bill O'Reilly raise his voice at me, because even Bill O'Reilly knew there's no way he was going to out-debate me. So what I just did was I just took your entire position, Murad. Let me show you what I just did. I took your entire position. I caused you to break down your own position. Then I methodically broke apart your entire argument and used your own time and your own words against you. That's why I'm in the Hall of Fame when it comes to debate.
You know what? All that would be fine and dandy, and you would be the man. Only for one point, though. Only you just forgot about the other 71 minutes of the night. You didn't even address.
Actually, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. See, no, I didn't, because what I understand, Murad, is that what we do is we have what we call wasted time. 3 minutes here, 5 minutes here, 7 minutes there. We all have wasted time. Murad, I had to deal with one of my staffers today who came and asked for my iPad at 8:30 and got the iPad but forgot to get the audio cord for the iPad, and she didn't ask me for it until 8:55. Then didn't ask me for the other connector until 8:58, and the show was at 9. Had she asked for the iPad, the connector at the same time at 8:30, she would not have been rushing at 8:55 and 8:58. All I'm trying to suggest to you is, the reality is your son is spending not enough time on education. He's spending too much time on television, which goes back to my original thesis as to why you should be limiting the amount of time a child is spent on television. Am I done with you?
Why you just do me like that, Roland? Let me just say this real quick. Let me just say this, and I'll leave it alone. Well, I feel like one of the things that you're accounting for is the only consistent constant that you're maintaining is the TV show, right? That's the only constant. Because when I brought up the ABC Mouse and the other things that...
No. I'm accounting for him eating dinner. I'm accounting for him getting us ready for school. I'm accounting for him getting his stuff ready. I'm accounting for him playing outside. I'm accounting for all of those things. But what I am trying to say, very simple, and that is, what you are describing is a typical Black household that unfortunately hurts us down the road, because if you are spending 44 minutes a day and your son is watching television, then the truth is your son should be engaged in at a minimum 3 times that. So that means at a bare minimum, your son should be engaged academically 2.5 hours a day. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And so even if you're go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. So you're saying that my son, you're saying that in your opinion, my son is watching too much TV. Okay, just from the numbers I give you. What I'm saying is your 6-year-old son, based upon the breakdown of the number of available hours in the day, your son absolutely should be spending more time educationally, less time on things that have nothing to do with the development of his mind. Because what I also understand, Murad, because I dealt with this with my nieces, your son is heading towards the end of what I call the most important developmental stage of his life. Your son at 6 is a tremendous sponge. What I'm trying to say is, I want your son to stop soaking up television as much, and I want him to be soaking up things educationally, so later he has not developed a TV habit, he's developed an education habit, and that's all I'm trying to say with Roland rules for back to school. You might want to go get a drink. Well, you might want to go get some cranberry juice or some orange juice or get something, because the beat down that you just took on radio, social media is just too much. I got to go. You know what, bro? That's what's up. All right, love your show, man.
Appreciate it. I hope y'all understand why I use Murad as the foil in that whole thing. See, before Murad even opened his mouth, I knew exactly where he was going. I knew exactly what he was complaining about. I knew exactly where he was trying to go. And all I did is just let him walk that path and then broke that thing down. And what I'm trying to get to all of you is, you should be doing the exact same time management assessment that I just did. The exact same one. You should right now be studying your child. You should be studying what your child is doing every single day. You should be looking at what your child is doing and saying, what is my child doing every day? What is happening? What are they spending their time on? What's the amount of downtime? And don't think I don't do the exact same thing. I'm aware of how much time I'm spending on social media or doing things that's not advancing another agenda. I'm fully aware of that. What I just described, and Mirad, thanks for calling. Thanks for being on Periscope. I appreciate that. What I just described is the fundamental issue with parents today, but specifically African Americans. And if the numbers show that Black children are behind others in reading, in math, and in writing, then why are we not mandating and insisting that they do that all of the time in those developmental years? I will finish this when I come back. This is the Roland Martin Show. That boy got walked down. Hey, folks, welcome back to the Roland Martin Show. What we have to understand is that we are at a crisis point, and we don't even want to accept that. Black households watch 45 hours of TV a week. Asian households watch 28. I want you to do the math. Black households watch 45 hours a week of television. Asian households watch 28 hours a week of television. That's 17 hours. Do you realize that that literally means that we are watching 2.5 hours more of television a day than Asian families, than the average Asian American? I want that to sit there for a second. I want that to resonate in your spirit. I want you to allow that to ease into your pores. I want you to understand that that is not a mistake. The whole point of Roland's rules for back to school has been about laying down a foundation and a structure. And so if the point is educational pursuit, educational excellence, which translates into economic pursuit, creation wealth, building wealth, then that is a right model. But what has to happen is we have to stop making excuses. Man, Roland, you too tough. Man, why are you so hard on the kids? Man, why can't the kids enjoy themselves? Because we are literally viewing ourselves out of existence. We've got adults who don't even read, which means they're not continuing to further their mind. Not furthering your mind as an adult leaves you just where you are. Being just where you are also means that you are not raising yourself, and so you're not going to the next level financially, educationally, even as an adult. So you're sort of stuck in neutral. That's why we're stuck in dead-end jobs. That's why we're sort of stuck in the same place. Somebody know I'm preaching. Somebody know what I'm saying makes sense. But at some point, we are going to have to say, we are going to reverse what it is that we have been taught over and over and over again. No, we're going to build a new foundation. The economic foundation of African Americans is shattered. The educational foundation of African Americans is shattered. Let me say again, if you show me a house, it could be a gorgeous house, but when it has cracks in its wall, I can guarantee you the cracks in the wall is because the foundation the house sits on has been damaged. And you might have a 10,000 square foot house. And it might have a bowling alley, and it might have an atrium, and it might have a gorgeous fish tank, and it might have a massive master bedroom, and it might have multiple bathrooms. But if the foundation is jacked up, you cannot live in that house. And if you think I'm lying, go to Allen, Texas, where they built a $60 million high school football stadium. Opened 3 years ago, seats 18,000 people. But the stadium had to be shut down because of structural deficiencies. Beautiful stadium, gorgeous press box, turf, grandstands, parking, seats 18,000 people, described as the crown jewel in our community, but it had to be shut down because of structural deficiencies. What is happening with our children, besides the nonsense at the school, is that there are structural deficiencies in our homes. And all I'm trying to suggest is that as a mama, as a daddy, as an aunt, as an uncle, as a cousin, as a preacher, as a teacher, as a community activist, as a neighbor, as a church member, you may have absolutely nothing to do with what happens in that classroom, but you have absolute control of what happens outside of that classroom. You control the time they have spent. You control what they are doing. And all I am suggesting is build a strong foundation. And when you build a strong foundation, I can guarantee you that even if a hurricane comes, the foundation won't be destroyed. change your focus, change your view, change your plan of action. And I say, shut it down when it comes to the television. Shut it down when it comes to the games. Shut it down when it comes to the devices. Shut it down when it comes to social media. The focus has to be on ensuring that that child is going to do what is right for their education. Folks, I got to go. You have a great day. This is the Roland Martin Show. See you tomorrow. Peace. Mic dropped. All right, Murad. Been increasing education. And that's why we got Roland's rules. Murad said he's reevaluating things after the conversation. That's the whole point. The whole point is to get folks to think in a different way. That's the whole point of this. Oh, you're not quite there yet, Murad? Murad, you're going to get there, trust me. No, Derek. See, Derek, you missed it. Derek, had you heard, hey, y'all, the TV show's on every day, 9 a.m. Eastern. I'm on the radio every day from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Derek, you couldn't have his back because you would have got blown away too. Derek would have got blown away. Derek, I'm trying to tell you, bruh, you would have got blown away. You think you know, but you don't. You would have been screaming, I've fallen, I can't get up. But you're going to learn too. But Derek, I noticed you ain't called in. Y'all notice Derek be sitting there talking that little trash, but he ain't called in. Call in, Derek. Come on. Bring it on up in here. All right, y'all. I got to go. I'll let y'all. Peace. Google. I'll let y'all later.